somebody didn't want to get up this morning.
I used that good W-2 job, that W-2 salary, to help me leverage myself into real estate investing and also diversifying my business portfolio. I started real estate investing in 2011. Putting 20% down and put along with the investor, sometimes you can get caught up. It's happened to me. I like to have that buffer of someone else who has a fiduciary duty who's looking out for my best interests.
I'm a real estate agent and a real estate broker and investor. And before I started with the community, I was doing pretty good. We had some rentals, we sold a lot of property, so yeah, it was good.
And where are you now from a personal level, now that you're in the community for quite some time now? How long have you been in the community, by the way?
I'd say about 3 years or so I've been in the community with Ryan. And honestly, it changed my life because there's one thing about investing in yourself.
Millions and millions of dollars a year, even in the next 12 months, are simply the ones who know how to best communicate with their prospects. The ones who know what to say and ask and how to ask it, that cause their prospects to want to open up, to want to engage, rather than trying to get rid of you. Because that's no fun, right?
Yeah. That completely changed my outlook on everything. And Tony said something like this. I could be butchering it, Tony, if you're listening. But Tony said this. He said, Vanna, and I was wondering if you could possibly help me out for a moment. What type of tone did I use there? Confused. What does a confused tone trigger in a prospect's brain? They want to help me. You're confused, you want to rescue somebody. Now, why would I ruffle the papers there? What does that do in their brain? That's a massive pattern interrupt on a cold call. It triggers them to want to engage. Are you going to hang up the phone if somebody says, I'm holding a copy of your property tax records on your 7-5 Willow Lane property there in Savannah, and I was wondering if you could possibly help me out for a moment? They're like, yeah, what's going on? Talk. I represent a group of buyers who are, they're purchasing it's like 5 or 6 different properties. It's like that 4-block area that the Willow Lane home is in. And after kind of going through your records, they asked me to reach out to you to see if you would be maybe opposed to having a brief conversation around a potential offer. Would you be opposed to that? Okay, now, what did I just do there? What would I do? Well, I'm not even sure if it makes sense for us to talk.
Capital. We've been able to buy $10 million plus of apartments, and literally, I haven't had to do any of the old ways of how you go about it, right? Like, Tim, you got a $10 million valuation on your company. How'd you raise the money?
It was all through social media.
Yeah.
The investors literally saw the brand, believed in the brand, and that's why they wanted to put into it. There was nothing else to show them except what was already, we had proof of concept.
Yeah.
And so aggregating other voices of vulnerability into that particular platform is why they have decided to put their money where their emotions are.
Well, and I think the other thing that's interesting about social media is obviously you can stay all digital, but when you use it to funnel people into a physical room as well, like WealthCon, then it brings both of those worlds together. And you're able to see firsthand what's actually going on and how you can make a difference. So I love that. I'll go back to you, Justin. As far as strategy goes with social media, what is our strategy? What's our philosophy?
But there's one thing that we like to preach, and it's just 3 words. And I gave this to the MVP people yesterday. It's know, like, and trust. And what you're seeing amongst the 3 people that I'm sitting next to is people know them, people like them, people trust them. So
but the real question for most entrepreneurs is how much time does it actually take to do social media? Because we're over here trying to run real businesses, and we got employees, we got day-to-day fires and problems. So most people have the excuse of, I don't have enough time. How many of you have made that excuse? Be real. I don't have enough time to create content, right? How much time, Levi, are you spending?
So, do we have any real estate agents in the room? I can't see you guys say hi.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the thing is that everybody loves that book, The 4-Hour Work Week. Well, to me, video is the true 4-hour work week, really, and probably even less than that. Maybe 2 hours, maybe even less than that I spend on actually making video. And so if you're familiar with the cash flow quadrant, the whole goal is to get from the left side to the right side.
Yep.
And so the thing is that as far as, you know, this type of content that you're doing, this compounds time.
Yeah.
And so, you know, if you invest in stocks, real estate, or crypto, your number one question usually back to yourself is, hey, what's going to be the return on my investment?
Yeah.
Well, we should be asking that same question. If time is the most valuable resource, we should be asking, what's the return on my time if I'm going to invest it in something? And video is the best thing you can do, and that's why I love YouTube, is because of these watch hours. So whenever you invest in that, that's not just making time, that is compounding your time.
Right.
And I like to, you know, really paint the picture for agents, because most of them will say to be successful over a long period of time, you have to prospect 2 hours a day, at least 5 days a week. Well, our channel last year was only watched 104,600 hours. Not compared to this, but still, if you broke that down and divided 2 hours of prospecting a day to that, that's equivalent in 1 year, would take a normal agent 143 years to equivalent that watch time. So this is a compounded time. But the thing is that I really don't spend a lot of time, because now I'm a lot more efficient. Anything you do in the beginning is always going to be awkward.
Yep.
It's going to be more difficult,
For sure.
and it's going to take you longer.
Absolutely.
So the more reps, the more muscle memory you get, it becomes a lot easier. You become more efficient. And so now it's the least amount of time I spend in my business is making video, but it's the biggest return.
Yeah, and I like what you said, the time compounds. You're always looking for things that have leverage.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I prospected for 50 years the last 90 days.
Yeah.
That's what I did. That's crazy that we are able to do that. So Tim, how much time do you spend?
So I have basically a 7-hour work week, and it's all on Monday.
And podcasting's your main career.
That's
at
my
this
main
point.
career.
Like you're not running these businesses everyone else is doing. And
I
what do
get
you
up-
do what do you do with the rest of your life, dude?
I come here to sit on the couch
The 7-hour work week.
because my work week was over on Monday. So I was like,
We're going to hang out in Dallas, right?
yeah, exactly. He's about to be on the podcast. We just met backstage.
We're neighbors.
We're neighbors.
Yeah, you're both in Dallas. But by the way, Tim is going to be leading the worship service tomorrow morning at 8:30. So, yeah.
Hey, y'all should come even if you don't believe in God. I promise you. If you an atheist, you should come anyway. Because I promise you're going to get something. And you can go out and still not believe in nothing and be fired up for whatever you're going to do with your life. So come through.
Yep. Don't be late like this morning, because we're starting that early at 8:30 tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay? And we're starting like a full-on band. Like, it's going to be nuts. But Justin, how much time are we seeing? Well, I'll put it in the perspective. How much time do you spend doing all the stuff we got to do behind the scenes?
Well, I'm not done on Monday.
Yeah.
Nor am I done after the 8 hours at the office.
Yeah.
Right? Like, my wife's here somewhere, and, you know, we're still trying to figure out how to make this schedule thing work, because I do spend a lot of time on it. Granted, I also have a team of 8 underneath me that assist with everything that we do, and they're full-time completely, and they're dedicated to building this kingdom that we're trying to build. And so I'm spending a lot of time, Ryan. But my goal, you know, and even saying that, my goal is for you not to have to. Right? What's key to this whole thing working and working well is that he can focus on bigger money problems, and I can focus on the social media. And so if I'm spending, 12 hours a day reviewing videos or looking over what the team has going on, that's enough for him to be like, okay, it's good, I trust you, you have it going, and I can take care of everything else that's going to help grow the business.
Absolutely. Yep. Give him a round of applause for that.
This is the terms here. You're going to go ahead and sign down there. I'll take these ones. That's what it was. That's where the set up the paper jobs.
So you did the mobile notary that was here,
Correct.
and then we can get some interest on the money, just a little bit of money to be able to cover out costs on that, and then we could just do. I mean, I don't see that being an issue. When personal check, we can clear it out here, and then what funds? When do you think when the check clears? Probably like Friday.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'd probably say it's fine. And the money needs to be put in today, correct? Yeah.
Yeah, that wire.
Are you able to? Would you be open to showing the proof of funding for that?
Yeah, I can. Yeah. I can log into my bank account right now and just kind of show you what it is that.
Yeah.
Aloha, everybody. We are here at the WealthCon day 1, and we actually just closed on a property. Yay! I did have one dilemma though. That is a holdback for me, and that is coming up with the gap funding. My bank is all the way in Hawaii. I can't do a cashier's check. I can't do a wire transfer. So who better to ask than the people here at WealthCon? And so I've met Tyler. Trevor, I'm sorry. Trevor.
Totally fine.
And Daniel from Buyer Beater. So they're going to help me out by hopefully getting this wire transfer, wire transfer would probably be the best.
I'd say so. Yeah.
Yeah, but tell us a little bit of what you guys do to help people like me.
Boom. So I run the Wednesday calls over with Wealthy Investor. I am the owner of a company called Buyer Beater. We do creative finance flips. So we do all novations. The best part is, we have a couple projects that already have funding that are going to be allocated. We don't have to do a draw until next week for the 15 that we have. So we do have some funding that's sitting, and we're talking to All-Star members over here, which is awesome. The whole thing is to be about networking anyway, and so when there's a situation we can do with creative, like-minded people, we can have the solution as well. So I think it's an awesome fit. We already figured something out, so in order to be able to help her get that deal, we could secure some funding in there, and everybody's happy on a great Wednesday. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Let's go.
for a great
Of course.
opportunity.
I'm
All right, that's perfect.
Yes.
Thank you guys.
Of course. We'll talk to you soon. I appreciate it.
Thousands of dollars. Anyone with inconsistent up and down monthly revenue. Owners who are not training their teams daily. I don't amazing, highly recommend them. TikTok, PPC, radio, you guys get the point. We have to have the winning strategy in the middle by diversifying it all.
And the last thing that is most important to set you up for success as we roll into quarter 4, one of the most important quarters of the year is to have a personal growth plan. We've been talking about leverage and the power of leverage.
Well, the most 6. Anybody know which 6 it was? These 6 right here. Argentina, Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, the UAE, and Saudi Arabia. Obviously, they have oil as a priority on their list. So the BRICS nations are now called the BRICS plus 6 because these ones just joined them. You might be wondering, what does this have to do with us? We actually don't know. If they do come out with a gold-backed currency, right now the world goes off of the standard of the dollar. The dollar is the world's standard. It is the unit that countries use to exchange for oil and other products and services that they're importing, exporting, etc. Well, if they don't need the dollar anymore, do you think that the dollar becomes worth more or worth less? Yes, less. So even more of an urgency. You guys should be feeling a sense of urgency of wanting to park your money into assets as quickly as you possibly can. Number 2 is invest in cash flow. Guys, I have a 7-figure crypto portfolio.
We've got to get our fill of Las Vegas. All you people. We're not going to get that one.
We both currently run a fix and flip operation here where we do about 50 to 75 turnkey residential flips per year right here in Las Vegas. We also invest into some multifamily with Pineda Capital with Ryan, and we have some rentals ourselves. So I guess you could say we've done a little bit of everything so far when it comes to real estate investing. Now I'd like to take this time here to, now that we've introduced ourselves, told you a little bit about what we do, as you can guess, our expertise and our background, this is a great chance for any of you who are currently involved in flipping properties, searching for your next flip, looking to build your rental portfolio, start your Airbnbs, maybe try arbitrage. I mean, the list goes on and on.
Before we did that, one, buying directly off the MLS is the cheapest form of marketing that we could possibly find.
So we go to it, we look at it, this is a great neighborhood, we like everything about it. We brought our contractor over there, we got a full scope and a full bid on everything that was needed. But just like all of you are doing today here, we've built relationships with other investors who either want to buy cheaper homes, condos, luxury properties. And so we decided, well, okay, we could take on this project. It's probably going to be 4 or 5 month renovation at least. It's a very big home. We could take on this project and we'd have this one project with a lot of capital locked up for the next 5-6 months just for construction, and then who knows how long for market timing to sell it. So we had to make a business decision of, should we go ahead and buy this one home right now, lock all this up, our project manager's gonna have one project to work on, get paid off of one project, and we're gonna have a lot of capital tied up for the next foreseeable months? Or should we call another investor, someone we have the relationship with, who we know is looking for properties just like this, just like we are, but they don't always have a lot of success finding them, so that's why they like it when we bring one to them. We offered the deal to them at a rate that we thought would be fair and where we could make a killer wholesale fee as well, and explain that we have the general contractor's bid, everything's lined up, here are the values, this is what we see, we know you're looking for homes like this, what do you think? And she said, this is exactly what I want, it's exactly what I'm looking for, and the price totally makes sense. We weren't greedy where we sold it for $340,000 more than we got it in contract, but she still made $300,000-$400,000 when she flipped it and sold it. So we weren't greedy. We gave her enough spread and enough room to go do the renovation and still make a great profit, because we want her to be successful. Because now when she finished that, we're the first person to call and go, do you have another one for me? Do you have another one I can buy from you? That one was great. We made so much money on it. So did we. So of course we want to do it again.
Yeah. So they made $340,000 net.
Yes.
Okay. To answer what they were talking about, how much did you invest in that deal?
Zero.
Zero. So you guys don't have a money problem, you have a strategy problem. That's what a lot of people get confused. They're like, if I had more money, then I could do deals. But there's people making more than $250,000 on a deal that they invested nothing into. But then they teach these on these calls, and people are saying,
I mean, we did one this week. It was listed at 440. I launched it up at 410. We sold it off to a local hedge fund buyer, which buys homes from everyone in town, someone everyone should know, and we sold it for 427.5. So an easy $18,000, $17,500 wholesale deal this last week. Like, these are easy.
Number two, I would treat it like a job. So how many of you guys have heard us say make 10 offers a day? Raise your hand. Okay, keep your hands up. How many of you guys are making 10 offers every day? Right?
We know we're supposed to do it.
Good job. But that's step one, making 10 offers a day. Step two, tracking those offers. Putting them into a Google Sheet, tracking what did you offer and what did they sell for. So now you're starting to gauge, am I 10K off? Am I 5K off? Am I 30K off? Am I not even close? Right? So treating it like a job to find deals. All you guys are just deal finders. That's all you are. You are not worth anything if you don't have deals, right? You can have all the knowledge in the world, but if you don't have deals, you're nothing.
And it's okay to just be a deal finder up front. I want to make that clear. Like, that is a really good position to be in up front. Like, to be on your own and to have to find a deal, flip the house, manage construction, and the GCs and everything that goes along with flipping it, then dealing with the listing side of it, then dealing with the paperwork and the accounting side of it. You really can't even scale a business doing that all by yourself with more than 1 to 5 deals at a time. Like, you will not get past that successfully without losing money. But to just be a deal finder, and this goes to even like your point with your question, even if you're wholesaling, find a deal, let someone else dispo it out for now. Call Monty, if you're in Vegas, call your local bigger wholesaler and say, hey, if I find you deals, will you dispo them out and partner with me on the dispos? Just be the component that's important to you up front. You don't need to be the glorified flipper that does it all by yourself on one deal. That's not cool. It's cool to find 10 deals a month and sell those to flippers, or partner with 10 flippers on them, or us, and we do 10 at a time. That's way cooler than just the one deal that you did by yourself.
Yeah, and and we actually started a new product. It's in school, so it's called the JV program or the partner program. So we give you guys software, AI software, data. You can run comps, you get a deal calculator, you get all of this crap for a year. If you do the cheaper tier, it's $1,500. Our hard cost is close to that. Straight up, we don't make nothing. We make nothing, but we want you guys to have it. So it's in school. You could do the cheaper one for $1,500, or you could do the full year for $2,500, and you could partner with Home Run Offer. They will dispo the deal for you. They will help you novate it. They will do everything for you. 50-50 split if you guys actually lock up a contract. If you just submit a lead, they get 75, you get 25 for just submitting a lead.
They'll follow through it.
They'll do the whole transaction, get the contract, dispo it, novate it, sub to it, whatever the case may be. They'll do everything for you, just submitting a lead. So it's in school, and if you guys want information, let me know. But we have, like I said, we do that for you guys because that $1,500, that ain't gonna do it. Yeah.
We have one over here.
I had a question
Hello there. How are you?
I like the drink that you made yesterday. You remember me?
Yes, I do. Okay.
Yeah, I know. I just do it.
That's good to meet you.
Nice. What is the next step you want?
Well, I want to rebuild my houses, obviously. I want to rebuild it, but that's not going to be for 2 or 3 more years before we can. Because they're still clear. They're not even clearing. They haven't started clearing.
I mean, they right now is the politician standpoint.
Huge,
They conflicting between the native and then the politician and then the outsider.
Tourism and all of that. It's just a lot.
So they haven't finalized how everything yet.
They haven't touched anything on our property at all.
So in terms of business, what do you want to grow in Hawaii?
I just want to rebuild my house, but I do. I mean, they're very territorial there too about what you can build in terms of apartments or that sort of thing. Land is such a limited resource there. So for me, it's the single family. If I can acquire more single families there in Hawaii, I'm good.
So what is holding you back? You cannot acquire more property.
Right now, not on Maui, just because Maui's a very hard one. Yeah, close on one today. Hopefully in 2 weeks I'll close on another one.
Nice.
But I'm in the middle of a rehab, so there's 3 that I have with me right now.
So what is your intent to do that on that property?
Those I want to just flip, not flip. I want to hold them long term. So cash flow is my biggest thing.
So long term, which means is it gonna do Airbnb, short term rental,
long term, long term. Yeah. So it is a good cash flowing market, but depending on what my spread is at the end, whatever my ARV is going to be after this rehab, if the spread is good, I'll just flip it, take the money and go and reinvest it on something else.
So that means a cash.
Yep, just keep trading the first time. We're actually flying there.
You have like a team. You have like contractors there already.
They have boots on the ground. There are contractors, realtors, inspectors, all of that.
There's a vetted team already.
So they have a system line, basically.
Yeah, and they know the neighborhoods too. So they'll tell you what neighborhoods you can or you should invest in, and which ones to stay away from.
So why do you not concentrate your into Hawaii? Why? What is the point? So you try to develop there, buy more homes there.
I want to at the end of the day. I think building capital is where it's hard because you need 20% for me is just the same thing like you, right?
Yeah.
So $1.5 million home at $300,000.
That's average. That's a median home price up there now.
It's good and it's just growing.
It's not going down.
So basically, you bring your business to the next level, which means nationwide.
You're right.
Yeah.
Whatever you can do, you do. When you step in, you're gonna feel comfortable with, and then you start exploring that area, and then the next one, the next one.
And the end goal is to come back to Maui. I'll just build all my capital everywhere else where it's reasonable, where the price is reasonable, and I can turn and burn my money. And then once I build enough capital, I'm going to go back to Hawaii.
You know what? I believe in you too.
Thank you.
I do believe.
Thank you. No, I appreciate you guys. I'm glad that we were able to meet you guys.
So I mean, I see really desire.
Yeah.
To, move forward, and then see willing to do it. I mean, I really believe it. You're lucky man.
So the cancers, does it need like a heavy rehab or?
I'm looking for mid rehab. The one that I just
The one you just got.
minimum. I think it just needs a roof, a little bit of foundation work, and some
How'd you
paint.
find it? A wholesaler?
No,
or?
I go through MLS. I go through everything on MLS. So
You got it below asking, or how'd you get
yeah. So this one was an interesting one because I had a foundation inspection that went through. I did 2 inspections. The first one quoted me $50,000. Like, oh, this is way too much. This might be outside my deal.